I've really been taking this time to relearn self-care and what that looks like and feels like as a woman. How do I show up for myself in this life? Because that's really what it boils down to. How well do you self-care? Great day and good morning, loved ones. I am getting ready for another self-care day. And I don't know, this morning I was in the shower and I was thinking about like my journey with like battling these fibroids and trying to heal my body naturally. And I was like, you know, when I excuse me, when I first got diagnosed with these fibroid tumors, I was in such a victim mindset. I was so devastated. I thought my life was over. I was 29 years old. The doctor had just told me that I had fibroids in my uterus. Never heard of this before. And the things that she was saying, it was just like, oh my goodness, my life is over. I didn't even know if I wanted children at that point in my life, but it was like that option was being taken away from me, you know? Well, at least from her perspective, that option was being taken away from me. And, you know, now I look at the experience with gratitude. Like, I'm grateful for what this journey with fibroids has been teaching me and everything that it's allowed me to be able to do and learn and experience. And I know that that sounds crazy, right? Because, like, these things put us through hell. Like, we are in, like, constant pain. And, oh, I got something on my teeth. Just got done eating a sandwich. But like the constant pain that we're always in, the fatigue, you know, all the things like the bloating. It's just like, how could you be grateful for this experience? Like, girl, what is wrong with you, right? But I really think about everything that it has taught me, like everything that I've been able to learn that's not just going to impact me and my life, but it's going to be lessons that I can pass down to my own children, you know? Like, God forbid my child has to go through something like this, but it's likely that that may happen because like so many women are battling with this. And, you know, so many women comment to me on here and on TikTok, and they're like sharing me their experiences. And it's like, yo, like there's gotta be a way, you know, around this. And then not lately, but most recently, I have been talking to the women in my family about their experiences and learning that many of the women in my family also experience fibroids as well. So it's like, okay, knowing what I know about fibroids and where they come from, right? And all the things that we're taught to do to heal our bodies from them. It's an emotional journey. It's a spiritual journey. And this journey has actually taught me a lot about how to be a woman again. It's taught me about self-care and femininity and relearning what self-care looks like as a Black woman. Like, because there are a lot of habits that we have, and I don't know if these same habits are shared with like other communities, because the only women that I've had the opportunity of like connecting with on this journey has been Black women. But I know that other women experience these same things, right? It just has made me realize, you know, the lack of self-care that we give ourselves on a day-to-day basis. And it's like, you know, that is one of the big parts of like correcting this, you know, disease or disorder or whatever you want to call it. Relearning how to take care of ourselves. So when you really think about it, the main things that they tell us to avoid when trying to shrink fibroids are sugar, soy, dairy, stress, and alcohol. okay? And really, those are things that we should be avoiding anyway, like in high amounts, because they can cause so many other issues in so many other different ways. Like, you know, with sugar, that's an inflammatory. That can cause you to be diabetic. That can actually impact you in pregnancy. So if you're somebody with fibroids like me, who is trying to have children, correcting these behaviors before you even get pregnant could potentially help you when you get to be pregnant, because you already know how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm learning all of these ways. I'm learning all of these lifestyle changes now, so that when I get pregnant, not to say that it's going to be a breeze, because I've never been pregnant before, but when certain things come up or certain things happen, or say, God forbid, the fibroids grow while you know, giving birth, not giving birth, but the fibroids grow as I'm growing the child, I'll know some ways to be able to like combat that, you know, or I know where to turn to get that information. Like, you know, like there are coaches out here. I'm connected with so many like womb wellness coaches, and just like there's just so much information out here. And yeah, everybody's experience is different, right? Like not everything is going to work for everybody. Like, there are some people out here who have fibroids and don't have symptoms. There are some people out here who have fibroids and can eat soy. I can't eat soy. It makes me very, very hormonal. But even with stuff like that, like, I would have never known that had I not had this experience with these crazy monsters in my body. You know what I mean? Like, I would have never known that eating soy was potentially what was causing me to feel depressed and anxious, and like eating other foods that was causing my body to be inflamed, you know, contributing to my other insecurities. Like, I don't know. I think that when we look at it from that standpoint, it allows us to feel differently about the experience. It's like, you know, of course we want to, like, it's easy to be upset at the journey that we're going through. Like, it's some, and like, I know for me, I was like, dang, Lord, like, why you got me going through this? Like, there are people out here that are able to have multiple children, don't have no issues. You know, like, why me? Like, I really, you know, was in that mindset for a long period of time. But it's just like, knowing now that this is something that women in my family have experienced, I look at their life experiences and I'm like, what is similar in all of their experiences that I can change? You know, like, I come from very strong, independent women, and they had to take on a lot of stress because of like children, lack of support, and like all these other things. So how can I change my life experience so that I don't have to, you know, have that same experience? One is like asking for help. You know what I mean? Not taking on that responsibility. Like, and it's hard to unlearn those things because it's not something that, like, we always see. Like, we see the women get into the bag and being hustlers, but there really is something to that whole soft life, is to really just sit your ass down and just like be and let yourself rest. You know, I learned a lot of, you know, our experience is rooted in a lack mindset and a poverty mindset, and that causes a lot of stress too. Like, when you're stressed out about like how I'm going to pay my bills, how I'm going to do this, and I recognized that I was, you know, taking on a lot of stress that wasn't even mine. I don't got to worry about stuff like that. Like, you know, I have a husband, I have a good job. What am I stressing about? Like, I'm all right. Like, you know, and like having to tell myself, like, I don't have to live in that mindset of survival anymore, because I was in foster care until I was 24, and then I was homeless twice. And so, you know, those experiences kind of shaped my mindset. Like, I always gotta, you know, figure things out. I always gotta, you know, but I don't. Like, I can delegate a lot of things now and ask for help when I need it, instead of, you know, just being like, oh no, I got it, I'll take care of it, when there's people who will help you if you let them. And I think a lot of times we don't let people help us. Like, because, oh no, I got it, I'll take care of it. Because, you know, I said, if I don't do it, it won't get done. And if I don't do it, it won't get done the right way. You know, and it's like, no, let somebody help you and do the things that you need to be done. And if it doesn't get done the right way, then just tell them how to do it the right way. You know? And just releasing that masculine energy, you know, that is a very, very spiritual thing, to not be tapped into your softness as a woman and your self-care as a woman. Like, when I was younger, I used to be into all of this. You know, I loved getting dolled up and cute, but that wasn't an experience that many of the women in my family, from what I understood as seeing, knew. Like, my auntie started teaching me about makeup and like girl stuff, because she had a daughter, and like we are very, very close, me and her daughter. And it's like, you know, at that point, I'm 18 years old, so I'm already, you know, trying to learn these things for myself. Like, I'm already, you know, talking to boys, and, you know, all of that. And that also is another piece of it, not protecting your womb, like not protecting your sexual energy and your reproductive womb, and also, you know, sexual trauma, because I went through that experience as well. And so when you have life experiences like that, it's like your body holds on to all of those experiences, all of those things. And now it's like, now you get older, and it's like, okay, now we gotta fix it. How do we fix it? You know? And I think back to like how long I actually had like heavy, painful cycles. I think like ever since I was a child, like when I first even got my period, and I'm like, well, why? And I think back to my life experiences. Like, I lost my mom when I was 14, anger, resentment, you know, abandonment. I've been told that those are issues that we carry in our womb area. Like, I dealt with the heavy cycles as a child, but I didn't deal with like pain and, you know, things like that until I got to my late 20s. And that was after getting out of a very toxic relationship. And so a lot of the techniques that my functional health doctor has told me that I need to do in order to heal my body is to write letters to the people that have hurt me, and forgive them, one, and then forgive myself. So for women who have like daddy issues, or, you know, safety or protection issues, that is something that could really help you to release that negative energy from your womb. If you've experienced trauma in any way, I got concealer on my eyeball. If you experience trauma in any way, that, you know, writing those letters, and then I don't know if you've ever heard of like the burning of the letters situation. You burn the letters and release it. That's supposed to like help you spiritually and emotionally with releasing that. But I also think that this experience has been God's way of saying, come back to me. You know, like, you are going through these experiences because, or not because, but you're going through these experiences and I can help you heal them if you ask me to. If you allow me to be a part of the process. And I think that we forget that, you know, that we're not supposed to do everything by ourselves. And even if you don't have a man in your life, because that's, you know, a lot of times people are like, oh, you know, I ain't got no man. You don't necessarily need a man. You can call on God or whoever you believe in for help in your healing. Because I know for me, I've started this process a few times and fell off. You know, there are people who get fibroids and then, you know, they grow back and they gotta get the surgery again. Or they have the fibroids, they get the surgery, and then they grow back, and then they got the surgery again, and then they grow back. And it's like, I kind of feel like my journey has been like that, except I haven't gotten a surgery. Like, I have, like, I've been, sorry, I've been healing the fibroids, right? And I've been doing like the diet and lifestyle changes. And then like I get comfortable because it's like I feel better now. My period's not heavy. I can go outside and all of these things. And then I go back to the same habits. And it's like, no. This was not a temporary fix. You had to literally change your lifestyle. You know, and that's really what happened to me this year. Like, I know people have been reaching out like, hey, you know, what's your update? Y'all, I was doing so good. Like June, July, like I was looking good. Like my cycles was good. Like I was at work on my period. Like I never was able to go to work the whole week of my period. Like, and it wasn't even a week. It was like a few days, 3 or 4 days. And I was looking good. And then, you know, like I told y'all, you know, you really gotta stay on it. Because then my birthday came and I actually posted a video of my trip to Florida where like my chest was hurting, right? Now let me tell y'all the truth of what really happened that I didn't realize at that time until after the fact because I was unaware. So the week that I was in Florida for my birthday, I was in Orlando, Florida, and right before that, I was in Alabama. Okay, this is the middle of the summer, July. All right, and I'm in Alabama, and then I'm in Orlando, and it's hot. I'm not drinking enough water, and my spirit, your body will tell you what you need. Your spirit will tell you what you need. And I kept saying it, but they was not listening to me. I kept saying like, maybe I just need some water. You know, like maybe I'm just dehydrated because my chest was hurting. If you haven't seen that video, I ended up in the hospital on my birthday because my chest was hurting. And I thought that it was because my iron was low. Because I was on my period that whole week. That's not what it was. That played maybe a small part of it because my iron was low. But that's because I was on my period. And when I got home, my levels went back up. So that's how I knew that it wasn't that. Like I was, you know, doing my beet juice and I was taking my iron, all of that stuff. And I had a trigger point. I had a trigger point in my chest. That was one thing that it was. I went and got a massage and the girl told me that I had a trigger point in my chest. Once she released it, the pain went away. So they was running all these tests and doing all of the stuff like, oh, your chest is hurting because your iron is low. That is not what it was. I had a trigger point in my chest and I was dehydrated. And I kept saying that in the hospital. I was like, maybe I just need some water. They're like, no, that can't be what it is. But that's exactly what it was, y'all. I needed some water. So, lesson for me. Listen to yourself. Listen to your body. Because you know what you need. God communicates with us through our spirit. We just have to be in a space where we're open to hearing and obeying and being disciplined and committed to what it is that we are supposed to be doing. And that is why, like, I stopped posting like my fibroid healing journey videos because I kind of got discouraged. I kind of felt like I was letting y'all down because I fell off, you know. But the other day God told me, he was like, you know, get back on it and just be transparent and honest about it, because some people have the same exact experience. Like, they start and they start feeling good and then they stop. It's the same thing with like medicine and stuff, you know. You start feeling good, it's like, oh, you know, I'm good, I'm looking good, my stomach is flat. No, you cannot stop. You have to keep going. This is a lifestyle thing. And now I don't know if I'm going to be vegan like my entire life. But you know, I know that being plant-based is the move. Incorporating, you know, more fruits and vegetables into your diet is the move. And again, I wouldn't have known that these things, not to say that I wouldn't have known that I was supposed to like eat well and drink my water, like, but these are things that they tell us to do when we're younger and we don't necessarily take heed to them. But if we did, you know, maybe things would be a little bit different. And I know that there are people who are vegan who end up having fibroids, and I don't know, you know, maybe it's the soy in their diet, maybe it's stress, like, you know, there are environmental factors that go into it, like the chemicals that we put on and in our bodies. My homegirl took me grocery shopping and she showed me this app that shows you like the ingredients of the food and the products that we are using and how harmful they are on the liver and for fertility. And so, I don't know, it just feels like there's a war on our wombs and on our reproductive systems that we have to be mindful of. Like, we have to fight against all of that stuff. And again, wouldn't have known any of this if I wouldn't have embarked on this journey. I recently went and got certified as a pregnancy, postpartum, and labor massage therapist. I felt like, you know, this journey made me realize that women need more support when it comes to having children. Women need more support when it comes to having children and just that whole process. I want to become a fertility massage therapist. I want to become a fertility massage therapist. I'm going to get certified in fertility massage because I didn't even know that was a thing. A lot of people didn't know that was a thing. And the lady who I studied under, she has helped so many women get pregnant. Because a lot of women don't know the effects of alternative health. So like acupuncture, energy healing, massage therapy, because understandably it goes against some people's beliefs, but it is a thing and it can help. Like the guy that I got referred to for acupuncture has like a 99% rate of helping women get pregnant. Hello, you know? It's just so much that I've had the opportunity to learn through this experience. It's just like, it's so crazy. So it's like, yeah, I could be upset at the journey, like, oh man, why can't I get pregnant? I don't even think I'm ready to have a baby yet. Like, at first I was like rushing and I was stressing. I was like, man, I need to hurry up and shrink these fibroids so I can hurry up and get pregnant because the clock is ticking. I'm 33 years old. I literally know women who are in their late 30s and 40s who are pregnant right now, having healthy pregnancies, who also have fibroids or have had other reproductive health issues. And it's like, these doctors will really scare the shit out of you if you let them. Getting out here and connecting with other women and people who have had shared experiences. By sharing my experience, I have been able to connect with other people who are going through the same thing, you know? And now that I'm sitting here, I'm looking, I'm like, these women got years on me and they're perfectly fine having these babies at 30. My camera overheated. But as I was saying, now, you know, I was in a rush and stressing myself out, like, oh, I gotta hurry up and get pregnant because my clock is ticking. It's like, I wanted to wait until I got married anyway. I just got married last month. So stressing myself out, you know, is not helping my body be stressed out about everything, you know. Been stressed out about the job, about the getting pregnant. It's like, just trust that everything is going to be okay and just do what you can do. That is what I've been learning. Like, me personally, get so overwhelmed. Like, you know, wanting to be in control of everything. And I've been learning that we don't control a lot of this stuff that happens and goes on, you know? Like, we can control some of it, but not like we think we do, you know? And so that's why I've really been taking this time to relearn self-care and what that looks like and feels like as a woman. How do I show up for myself in this life? Because that's really what it boils down to. How well do you self-care? You know, how well do you take care of your emotional health, your mental health, your physical health? You know, working out, making sure that, you know, you're not eating things that are bad for your body, making sure that you're taking care of yourself. All of these things are important whether you have fibroids or not. But the fibroids are just teaching us that these are the things that we need to prioritize and take care of to make sure that our bodies are healthy. It's just, you know, when you have a disease in your body, that's just your body signaling you, telling you that something is not right. You need to fix something. You know, you gotta switch something up and change something up. So I don't look at it as a burden anymore. I don't look at it with fear. I don't look at the experience with like a painful heart and, you know, frustration like I used to. I look at it like, okay, this is a part of my journey, you know, and I'm going to overcome this like I've overcome everything else in my life. Like, if I'm meant to have children, I'm going to have them. Like, but I have to be disciplined and committed to what it is that I say that I want. And that goes for anybody. Like, it's a mindset thing. If this is something that you want, you got to be committed to it. You have to, you know, discipline is it's a challenge for me. I'm not gonna lie. I get easily distracted. I have so many things that I want to do so many things on my mind, and just like the overall healing part of it, and then just life, you know. So it's easy to get distracted and to just not be disciplined and committed to a thing. But what I will say is that throughout this entire process, I have gotten so good at routine and reminding myself, like, hey, don't forget to do that. Hey, don't forget you got to drink your water. Hey, don't forget you got to take that vitamin. Hey, don't forget that you got to do these things. And having a plan, like having, you know, like lists, like, oh, I'm going to do this on Sunday. I'm going to do my yoni steam. I'm going to do my castor oil pack. Incorporating into a routine has helped me so much. So I know that there are women who have been successful at healing their body from fibroids and shrinking the fibroids from doing different methods. But then I know that there are women who are really struggling. And to those women, I say, don't give up. Like, don't do all the things and then get discouraged, because that is so easy to do. Like, there are times when I've been like crying, like, dang, you know, I was doing so good and now I'm, you know, not back at square one, because I still know the steps that I can take in order to get back to where I need to be or want to be. So it's not back at square one, because you can always start over. Like, you can always get back on and do the things that you need to do. I'm going to be doing a detox and parasite cleanse. I know how to eat right, but the stress of like life and my wedding and just like everything else kind of took over. But now it's like, all right, girl, let's do this. You know, we back in this thing. And I'm appreciative of everybody who's been along this journey with me and encouraging and supportive, because there are people who will say, like, you just need to go ahead and get that surgery and get it done with. Why? I'm not trying to have children in the next year. Like, if it happens, it happens. You know, I'll be grateful for it if it does. But like, I want to learn how to take care of my body and to love on me the right way, you know, properly. And I believe that everything happens for a reason. You know, there are lessons that we have to learn in this lifetime. And I've really been enjoying loving on me. So I haven't really been listening to those people who have been saying, like, oh, you need to just go ahead and do that because you don't want to wait till it's too late. There are women who are 8 years older than me who had fibroids and are having children in their 40s. 43-year-old woman gave birth to twins. Y'all not about to sit here, and she was natural. Y'all not about to sit here and scare me into thinking that I'm running out of time. Like, people have talked to me about freezing my eggs. I'm gonna look into that, but you know, I'm really allowing God to guide this journey and like trying not to be stubborn and what's the other word? Try not to be stubborn and reluctant, because there are things where it's like, okay, you know, you need to do that. You need to go ahead and do it. It's like, oh, I don't feel like it. Oh, I don't want to. I don't have the energy. And it's like, you don't have the energy because you're not doing what it is that you're supposed to do. Like, let's be real with ourselves when we say that, oh, it's not working for us. Why isn't it working? What are you not doing? Like, I don't know everybody's situation, but it's like, I feel like if you do everything that you can do to like heal your body from these things, then, you know, you should see some type of success. I mean, I've seen success with my cycle, and that was a really big deal. So I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up. And I'm reframing this from like my fibroid healing journey, and I'm just like sharing my, you know, relearning self-care journey, because that's ultimately really what it is. You know, for those who know that I'm going through this battle with fibroids, of course, you know, I talk about it in my videos, but I don't want people coming to me thinking that I'm any type of coach or anything, because that people reach out to me like, what can I do? How can I help? I'm literally sharing with y'all everything that I've been told that I can do. There are people out here who are coaches and advertise themselves as that, but that's not what I am. I am a wellness professional. I'm a licensed massage therapy. I'm a licensed massage therapist. I love health and wellness. I always have. And I'm committed to sharing my experiences to help other women in the world do the same, as far as taking care of themselves and their self-care and relearning self-care as a Black woman. Because I don't think that many of us had the best examples when we were younger. Shout out to the young girls who got it down packed, you know. But even stuff like that, with like the skincare stuff that they're using, the tampons and pads and stuff that they're using, all of that stuff, it makes your situation worse. So yeah, right now I'm about to go and I'm about to put my earrings in, and I'm about to go get my toes done. Because like I said, it is a self-care day. I might go do some thrifting, you know, pour into myself and stop feeling sad, you know. And that's another thing. The whole being sad and depressed comes from not getting the right vitamins and nutrients. I said this before, like when your vitamin D levels are low and your vitamin B levels are low, that makes you more moody and depressed and anxious. And I had no idea. Eating this meat that has hormones in it, you know, eating these oils, highly, you know, inflammatory oils, causes your gut to be all messed up and impacts your mental health. So are we really depressed? Are we really anxious? Or are we just not eating right? You know, and of course that's not everybody's situation. There, you know, definitely are situations where it's a chemical imbalance. But even with that, it's like, can it be a chemical imbalance because we are not giving ourselves the right nutrients, the right daily nutrients? And I wonder if that's ever been, you know, looked into or studied as a solution, and how, you know, because I definitely don't like how I feel when I eat soy and caffeine, you know. But yeah, different strokes for different folks. I really just wanted to come on here and talk about that, y'all. Yeah, thank y'all so much for, you know, just journeying with me and being a part of my community as I go along this journey, because I know that some people go on this journey and they see like immediate results or whatever. I haven't been back to the doctor yet. I plan on going back to the doctor in a few months just to see where I'm at after I jumpstart this process, now that I'm back in a better mental and emotional space after my wedding, child. Alright, y'all, I'm about to head out and get the rest of my day going. I love y'all so much. Happy healing to you if you are on a fibroid healing journey as well. We got this, sis. Alright, don't give up. Keep on believing that you can heal your body from these things and any other thing. Alright, we got this. God got you. And I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye. Y'all, not me filming this whole video and realizing that I had something in my tooth. The burger was so good, I guess I had to save something for later. But I got it. And I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Okay? Because I already know, like, I'm posting this video because this is something that's organic and authentic. I can't recreate this. The points that need to be said in this video. So if you get on here judging me and making fun of me, just know God sees you. Alright? Yeah. So that's all I had to say. Talk to y'all later. Bye.